a certain point, the riot comes to them. Fire is set. They have to leave the barbershop and take it to the streets.
You get outside, like cops are eating each other, and things are on fire, and people are looting and partying, and insanity.
Travis comes running back and literally picks her up.
Be careful, be careful, be careful.
The two families are banded together again.
It's okay.
What is difficult for the citizens is to believe that these things could happen in the United States. Whereas for Daniel, these things have happened and can happen and will happen.
Everyone okay? Right back there?
Really?
Yep. I'm the top hat.
Car.
Shoot.
They're kind of trying to override this tension by playing board games and doing really regular, normal things to try and forget this crazy situation that's happening beyond the walls of the house.
Dad was always the ship.
Nick and Alicia's father passed away 6 years ago. He died in an accident. But the last time they were in this situation, the last time they were waiting for someone to come home, it was Madison's husband.
I'm in a major case of deja vu right now.
In The Walking Dead, these are creatures, they're monsters who look like monsters. But there's humanity that existed moments ago, hours ago.
Peter?
That's why it is so much more terrifying and traumatizing.
There's a choice to be made here about whether to harm and kill or to not. And he's not in a place to choose that yet.
You're sick. Peter, come on, Peter, it's Travis. Dad, what are you doing? Get out of here!
All of Travis's reactions are going to be conditioned by that innocence, as it were. But it's an innocence based on ignorance.
Peter, stop! Travis! No, put the gun down!
In this moment, in Travis's home, the person who has to deal with the walker ultimately is Salazar.
Move!
Half his face is blown up, but it doesn't kill him. All of our characters all at once sort of get to experience the fact that the world has changed.
All right, you're a badass, you know, but it's not cool what he does from Travis's point of view.
How are we obligated to the dead and how are we obligated to the living? And the question Madison begins to ask herself, having had to put somebody down, what is my obligation to this woman? You know, and we established that this was somebody who babysat for her children. This is someone who cared for Madison when her first husband died.
Susan, she's sick.
She's not sick. She's dead.
That's part of the realization that he's had. And Madison is sort of treading closer and closer to that, whereas Travis says, we have no idea what this is.
It brings out her compassion, that she wants to sort of free Susan from that, like a mercy killing.
And I stop her because it's not necessary at this point to do that, because there's still a chance that maybe there's a cure. We don't know what the disease is, so how can we assume the only way around this is to go around killing people? Doesn't make sense, so I'm holding that line for us.
When he sees the first signs, he recognizes them immediately.
Ya es demasiado tarde.
It's too late now, because he knew when he saw that what was coming next, because the protocol says, this is what you do when you're gonna do this.
Ultimately, what I think we will go back to time and time again is that it is about the human story. It is about trying to hold on to these, semblances of what was.